The African Cup of Nations, the tournament where you get to see some of the best players from around the world, such as Mo Salah,
Mo Salah, you little dancer,
Sadio Mane,
Sadio Mane. I said it last time I was on it, he's the best football player in the world.
and even Wilfried Boney.
Come on, Wilfried Boney. Score some goal for
Ivory Coast.
We go wild, wild, wild.
But why not add some excitement into your life by playing some Afcon Fantasy alongside it? So here is how you do that. First step, signing up. Search for Real Fever Fantasy on the desktop or download the Real Fever app on your phone. Then sign in via Facebook or Google or just create an account through Real Fever. Once you're signed in, you will be presented with a very slappable button. Just hit it, I dare you. Ooh. There are other fantasy tournaments on Real Fever, but we only have a Real Fever for Africa Fantasy right here. So select Play Classic right here. Enter some details for your team if you don't care about the government spying on you, where the name is your team name that everyone will see. The acronym is a short version of your team name which will appear somewhere, I have no clue actually. Your team photo will be, you guessed it, the photo for your team. Your favourite team will be any competing nation in the tournament, where you will actually be put into a league for all players selecting the same team as well. And the country of residence is just so Real Fever can sell your information to the government and also sell your soul to the devil. Unlucky. Next step, selecting your team, where we will go through the rules for selecting your team in a minute. Just be patient with that one, yeah? But you will need to select an initial team within the rules to be able to finish signing up. You can make unlimited changes to this team up until the tournament starts, so you don't need to be an absolute cheeky scrub and spend 3,000 hours researching every single player for now. Just select anyone and continue so you can finish setting up right here and then look at the rules. But when you do want to help selecting players, you can actually tap the player's name to see more information about them, including stats and even news. Hey, what's up guys, and in the news today, Salah is the best player in the world. You also need to select a team name to finish signing up, which can also be changed later on if you can't think of anything clever right now. Once you have done all of this, punch that create button and you're fully set up to play Afcon Fantasy, where hey! You will also be able to create a league after creating a team, where you can in fact join Bacon Boys League if you want to be an absolute geezer, in which I will try and shout out the top player in every single week when I make videos for it as well. So join now, you scrub! You will then be taken back to your team with a few extra menus flying about, where this place will be the place to go to do everything you need to go and potentially win Afcon Fantasy. Or at least come second behind me, yeah? I like it. Next step, the rules. Let's play. In Afcon Fantasy, you will need 2 goalkeepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders, and 3 forwards, making it a total of 15 players, much like other fantasy games. You will also have to stick within the 100 million budget to start off with, and after the group stage, you will receive an extra 5 million to build your squad too. Show me the money! Players from each nation. We're in the group stage and round of 16, you are only allowed 3 players from each team. And then as the tournament goes on and there's less and less teams, you can have more players from each team to ensure you now have a full starting 11 even when teams get knocked out. Where in the final, you could actually have a full squad of fantasy players just from one team. Oh boy, now that is exciting. Starting 11. From the 15 players you select, only your starting 11 will score you points. There are a bunch of valid formations listed right here, but in any formation, you will need to have 3 starting defenders, 3 midfielders, and at least 1 forward. You can change your formation later on and during the game week, which is done by simply subbing out a player in one position for another to get to whatever formation you like. Captain and vice captain. You can pick a captain and a vice captain every single round, where your captain's points will be doubled for being your captain, and your vice captain will just be your backup captain. Automatic and manual subs. Automatic substitutions will happen if you don't touch your team during a game week. The things that will happen include your bench players being subbed on for someone if a starting player doesn't play a single minute, as long as it makes a valid formation, and if it doesn't, it will go to your next bench player. As well as your vice captain becoming your captain and scoring double if and only if your captain does not play at all. But as soon as you make one change to your team during a game week, the automatic subs will no longer happen and you have activated manual subs. Manual subs include subbing on a player from your bench who is yet to play into your starting team, and now they will then score your points. Which you might want to do if one of your starters was an absolute geezer and got you minus points or 0 points. Nah, don't want that. Put in a fella from your bench who could get you all of the points. You can also switch your captain to a player who is yet to play, so choosing captainable players who play on different days could be a smart idea, so you can change it if you need to. It's probably always better to do manual subs, but it's not guaranteed to get you more points. But if you haven't got much free time and you don't know if you're going to be able to make all these changes, just leave the automatic subs, do its thing, and there you go. You've ended up last in the world. I like it. Do a manual, you cheeky scrub. Scoring system. Well, hey, now we get to bite into the juicy part, the points. Where players will get 1 point for just playing in a game, but 2 points for playing more than 60 minutes. A goal being scored scores 4 points for forwards, 5 for mids, and 6 for defenders, but a whopping 10 points for goalkeepers. Anybody know if any goalkeepers are on penalties? Yeah, let me know. Thanks. Clean sheets will net goalkeepers and defenders 4 points, mids 1, and forwards nothing. I like it for you. Minus 2 points for all for an own goal, minus 1 for a yellow card for all, and minus 3 for a red card for all. But if one of your players also gets a red card, you cannot sub them off. So if someone in your team does get a red, then that is actually the biggest. Unlucky! A missed penalty is minus 2 points. A penalty saved is 5 points for all positions. So if anybody knows a forward that goes in goals to try and save penalties, yeah, let me know with that one as well. Conceding a penalty is minus 1. A minus 1 for every 2 goals conceded for all defenders and goalkeepers. And goalkeepers also get 1 point for just every 2 saves they make. And all outfield players get some extra points here, with 1 point for every 5 clearances, block, and interceptions they make, 1 point for every 4 duels they win, 1 point for every key pass, and 1 point for every 2 shots on target they have. So that is actually all of the scoring system done. Completed it, mate. With some extra clarification on some of these scoring rules if you want to pause and read some extra bits and bobs, you know, you can do it if you really want to. Go on. Or not, fair enough. Transfers. Where before game week 1, you will in fact get unlimited transfers. Not 1,000, not 10,000. Unlimited transfers. Go and do as many as you can. And then after that, you get 2 free transfers during game week 2 and game week 3. Unlimited transfers for the start of the knockouts to make unlimited changes to remove all the players that might have been knocked out in the group stages. 8 free transfers in the quarterfinals, 8 for the semi-finals, and also 8 again for the final. You can also keep 1 free transfer, so you have 1 extra transfer next week if you don't use it in the previous week. And you can actually make more transfers, but every single one of those will be called a hit and will cost you 4 points. So if you really wanted to, you can make 10 transfers every week, but you might get minus points every week. Don't do too many. No. Wildcard. Everyone will receive 1 wildcard, which is actually the only chip in this game. This allows you to completely change your team and make unlimited transfers just like before game week 1, and that can be activated during any game week you'd like. Player prices. The price of players can change depending on how much a player is bought and sold, where a player can rise a maximum of 0.1 per day and a maximum of 0.3 per game week. Buying and selling players. You can sell players and gain a profit from them if they have rose in price enough, but you will actually only get 50% of their price gain after buying them. So if you buy a player and he goes up 0.2, if you sell him, you only get 50% of that profit. Only a 0.1 extra for you. But profit is profit. Stonks. Prizes. Woo! Well, whoa, hang on. $20,000 for winning? No, not. Where these prizes are actually just the FIFA bucks you can use in other real FIFA games, not real money. But prizes are prizes, alright? Yeah. And that is everything you need to know. Hey, you are ready to try and compete and potentially win Afcon Fantasy 2022. But maybe bad news for you. You, right there, won't actually win. Do you know why? Because Bacon Boy is actually going to win this year. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to win. I'll leave you second place, though. Fair play. But I do suggest yourself going through some of the rules and going through the different tabs on the actual website so you can have a play around and know where everything is. And then you should be good to go. Thanks for watching. Make sure to join my league. And also, remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.